senators running for re-election in states who went for since World War II. His party gained seats in a midterm.
Nobody breaks it down like formality. All fall on NBCnews.com and MSNBC. Countdown to the midterm, 17 days. Americans of Congress.
Oh, about a half hour ago.
The Democrats win the House. 538.com has bumped up Democratic chances by almost a point down, about 85%. The New York for a total gain of 40. 538 cites the Democratic fundraising advantage over Republicans for its rosier.
Republican politicians with three.
What does civil say of Blaze favors?
Healthcare, Republicans overall are shying away from that issue. However, Democrats are making it a central topic. Meanwhile, in a new poll by The Economist, 74% of registered voters say health.
No, but okay.
Issue aside from vote in the midterms. Right now, we're getting some insight into why. Host of NBC News Signal, Simone Boyce, sat down with the group
Ricky talk.
to find out. We had a very animated conversation in the commercial break. I want you now to share what this constituency update. So here's the funny thing about this, Alex. They took the time to sit through this poll about their voting habits, which party and candidates they like better, but at least one person I spoke to said he's definitely not going to vote. Now, some of them, I know, some of them told me voting is just too convenient. Others feel disillusioned with politicians on both sides of the aisle and aren't convinced their vote even matters. Take a look. An NBC Gen Forward poll found that almost half millennials aren't planning to vote in midterms. So we tracked down some millennial poll data. Okay, so it's interesting.
What the hell?
Yeah. Oh,
Wait, what?
I never heard of it, dude. It's pretty boring.
If I didn't vote, I can't complain.
Jeremy's.
I'm in a pretty uncontested district. I think what the next thing is like trust.
Nothing.
So I think at the time that we're in, we don't know what to trust.
Hope it's all again. Yeah. Hope it's all again.
And she was going up against Cuomo. He had never mentioned anything about legalization of marijuana. Once she started running and mentioned legalization of marijuana, lo and behold, we had that on the bill. It's like they always just say things just to have you go vote for them. Treat it like a popularity contest.
A recent poll showed that the majority of millennials support the Republican Party.
Absolutely. Like, I feel very centrist and happy.
Learn with me.
Young people in general aren't always truthful about whether or not they'll actually go vote. How do you guys think that that can skew the way that political parties even do their campaigns?
It matters, but I also think it is a two-way street. So, like, if we're saying we're going to vote, but then suddenly you go back on something, or all of a sudden there's something you don't like, instead of voting for the other party, our happy middle is just not voting at all.
And there it is. Algorithms, statistical models, sometimes they just can't account for a good old change of heart. So this was part of a larger piece that we did about polling and why we can't always trust polls. But words like trust and transparency kept coming up throughout this conversation, Alex. I mean, they feel like that's not too much to ask from politicians, and they also feel like politicians are so self-serving these days. They gave a couple of examples there. So that's where they're at. And then the other thing is they feel like if I can do banking on my phone, it has to be super secure. Why can't I vote electronically too? Yeah. I get that. As we were saying in the commercial break, I think there's something about citizens coming together, civil obedience, and we all go and you make your voice heard. And there's a tradition to it. I get you have to change, and modernize some things, but I love that whole prospect of getting out the vote. Or, look, my kids, if they're going to vote,
they're not necessarily in the districts where they live. They have to bother to apply for the absentee ballot, get that thing mailed to them, get it back to them. I mean, it's not necessarily easy, but I sometimes don't think it should be that easy because it is such a privilege, right?
Yeah, I think there are a couple of things going on here, right? They talked a lot about distrust of political institutions and politicians, and they mentioned that they're still bitter.
Out of dedication, people hate that I did it. People hate it enough.
Next time you talk to them, tell me I will hope they have a well, let's make some message from Cuban law on that one. Okay, thank you so much, Snowboy. Good to see you. Well, new developments in the Russia investigation as President Trump's former campaign chairman prepares for a sentencing on 8 counts of tax and grant fraud. Paul Manafort arrived in court on Friday in a wheelchair. Lawyers say that he's got medical issues and they're related to...
Ben, get in my car.
I'm having that raid that night, damn it.
You're ready. Gotta go always in the raid.
That was about the...
Joining me now, former prosecutor and MSNBC analyst Cynthia Oxney. Cynthia, welcome to you. Do you know anything about this appearance?
Get on.
A wheelchair? Do you know what the problem is?
Well, nobody knows. I mean, he came in a wheelchair minus one shoe, holding one foot. The Doogie Howser non-doctor sleuth in me tells me he has gout, but we don't really know.
Okay. What we do know is that he has a sentencing hearing that's set for February 8th. It's not clear, though, when his cooperation will wrap up. So if he's, say, still cooperating with the special counsel by then, does that then minimize the leverage that Mueller had over Manafort? And is it unusual to be sentenced before a witness even completes the cooperation process?
Yes, ordinarily this would be put off. It would be put off in 9 out of 10 jurisdictions. It hasn't been put off here. All it's going to do is require more work for everybody involved. But ultimately, Mueller's team will make a decision on how much cooperation and the value of his cooperation. And if they decide they are willing to file something with the judge to try to get him a reduced sentence, they will do so. It'll all work out in the end. It's just going out of order.
What's your expectation of him getting a reduced sentence, given how much he has been allegedly cooperating?
Well, he's been cooperating quite a bit. The reports are that he's been spending basically 2 out of 5 days for the last month in Mueller's office. And that's a big commitment of resources. Sure. So you would expect that they think they're getting something good out of him, but you don't really know. I mean, until the report comes out, we won't really know.
Yeah.
He certainly has a lot of information. He knows a lot about the June meeting. He knows about the Russian and Ukrainian oligarchs and how they fit into this puzzle. He knows about Roger Stone. They were partners and they've been friends since the 70s. And apparently Mueller is focusing on Stone. So he has a lot of data points that are important, and we'll see whether or not he's truthful and whether or not Mueller thinks he's been helping him.
I want to ask you about prosecutors who've charged a woman, a Russian national, for attempting to interfere in the upcoming midterms. Conspiracy campaigns on social media were aimed at topics like immigration, gun control, race relations as well. But here's the interesting part. The report was filed September 28th. Why is it just getting unsealed now? And how do you think, in terms of the significance, this charge actually is? Because we're just a couple weeks before the voters hit the polls.
Right. Well, there's a lot of mysteries about this. It's not an indictment, it's an information, which makes a difference. And we don't really know whether or not they decided they needed to file that in a hurry because this woman was going to travel. Why did they discharge the accountant? I mean, we don't know a lot of information about that. It is a fascinating information to read. It's available online. It has the names, for instance, of the Twitter accounts. There's this lady, Con Jackson, who had 33,000 followers, and she was actually just a person in Russia, in St. Petersburg, sending out all kinds of terrible things to divide Americans. So, and the information is fascinating. It goes through different people, the names on Facebook accounts. And for instance, you're following Bertha Malone from New York City. You're actually following a Russian troll, and you're not following Bertha Malone.
Okay, it all continues. Cynthia Oxney, thank you so much for illuminating us on that. Appreciate it. Coming up next, a rhetorical return. Will the president's anti-immigration rants yield a Republican bounty at the ballot box?
A Democrat victory in November would be a bright, flashing invitation to every trafficker, smuggler, drug dealer, and illegal alien on the planet. Come on in.
These are the Road Warriors, NBC News journalists traveling the country to report on the issues that matter most to American voters.
What do you guys want to see when it comes to gun laws?
The NBC News Road Warriors. Wherever the real story is, that's where you'll find them.
A moment of joy. A source of inspiration. An act of kindness. An altar. A new beginning. Some welcome relief. Or a cause for celebration. What's inside? Possibilities. What we deliver by delivering.
Hand-me-down stink. I've worn this shirt like a gazillion times, and you can't even tell. It's time I do something about it.
Try OxyClean laundry detergent so clothes can stick around wash after wash.
Seriously?
I'm Ken Jacoba's
Ricky, talk.
Packaging. We distribute
Why?
friendly packaging.
Because I want to play Fortnite now.
So I switched to the Spark Cash Card from Capital One.
Hey,
I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. And last year,
I suck at freaking H1Z1.
in cash back. That's right, $36,000, which I use to offer health insurance to my employees.
It's hard.
That 2% cash back is more than just a health care.
At least